there are two kinds of racism. There is the racism which is inspired by hate, and there is the racism out of naivete, which is just like ignorant. Yo, what's up guys, it's Rosebud and welcome to my channel. I hope you're fine, I hope you're great, and I hope this video finds you well. How are you people? How are you doing? I'm fine. These last days have been amazing. The weather was great, summery, you know, but not that summer, extreme summer where you feel like you're dying by this is that comfortable summer, the comfortable summer of 25 to 27 degrees where you're like, oh, sun, sunshine. Yeah, today was raining a little bit, which is good for the farmers, but otherwise I'm great. I'm doing great. It's Wednesday and it's time for another video. In today's video, I want to do the continuation of my last Wednesday's video, which was a short summary of the Black people's history in Germany, where I got amazing comments and further informations, further insights from many of you, and I am so thankful for that. So many things that I myself did not know, so I like when we educate ourselves at the comments. Yeah. And in today's video, there will be no historical dates and occurrences and whatever. It will just be a cute video where I sit here and talk to you about my own personal experience. And taking into consideration what is happening in today's world today, I think this video is just more than relevant. If you wanna find out, know more, listen to me, please stay tuned, and without further ado, let's get straight to it. So, it was important for me to look at a little bit of the historic happenings of Black people in Germany in order to be able to convey or to conveniently give you a rightful information on the situation today. Because believe it or not, the past is what molded the present. We are living today because of what happened in the past. That is something that we cannot escape from. This is something we have to deal with. And we can only understand what we deal with today only if we know what happened in the past. And we saw that it's been a difficult, almost an impossible past for Black people in Germany. It was a past which was loaded with a lot of propaganda towards Black people. It was loaded with a lot of biasness and a lot of discrimination, segregation of Black people. And mind you, this is not so long time ago. It's like in the 1940s, 1950s, it was impossible to think about an interracial marriage, a legal interracial marriage in Germany. So this is not a long time ago, and we have to keep that in mind when we are looking at the situation in Germany today. We are around 1 million Black people in Germany today, and this number rose drastically during the large influx of refugees in 2015. And correlating to this large influx of refugees, there also arose the number of racist attacks, anti-Semitic attacks, and this has been done in different ways. For example, there have been a large group of people supporting the FDA party. For example, there have been the arose of the Pegida community. There have been large demonstrations from the right group. There have been like burning of refugee camps. There have been attacks of some foreign person, depending on anything. So since 2015, there have been a rise in these cases, these attacks everywhere in Germany. And like in 2017, 2018, it was around 20% rise in this. Considering the history of black people in Germany, I can clearly say that the situation today has been a 360 degrees reverse. Considering that 70, 80 years in the past from today, there would never have been interracial couple, there would never have been black people's businesses, there would never have been anything that black people would do in Germany. It's really like in the 50s, seriously. So if you look at the situation today, the Germans have done an incredible job. They have done an incredible job. So looking at today's Germany, I can say that black people have been integrated in almost every activity, in almost every department. Look, for example, at politics. We have people like Karamba Diaby, Member of Parliament, John Ehret, who is a German mayor. We have Aminata Touré, who is like the vice president of the Bundestag in Schleswig-Holstein. We have different black journalists, we have different black authors, we have different black musicians, artists, all kinds. When we look at sports, it's almost impossible to imagine the German football without black people. Asamoah, Ondor, Boateng, name them. We have different initiatives in Germany for black people, for example, Initiative für Schwarze Deutsche, ESD. We have the Afro Talk TV, we have the May Ayim Award, the Pan-African German Literature Prize. In addition, it is illegal for the German police to carry out racial profiling, which is like stopping someone in a car just to check them based on their skin color. That is illegal by law. Okay, so I can sit here confidently and say to you that the German government is trying to do its very best to get rid of the racial biasness and the racial discriminations and all that baggage which comes with racial differentiations. Okay, good. And having that said, the government can not control the people, the citizen. And remembering that the black community has been carrying a lot of luggage, a lot of labels, which just come with the skin color black. The people in Germany have already had an idea. They have had an image of what a black person is, a black person behaves, a black person should be in their mind. They don't know anything else. That is all they have been taught. That's all they know. So when I walk on the street as a black person and meet some German white people who have not really had sufficient contact with black people, they will still have those images, those biasness in their mind. And hence, black people in Germany still experience racial discrimination. Racism. There are two kinds of racism. There is the racism which is inspired by hate, and there is the racism out of naivete, which is just like ignorant, you know? And most Germans actually show the racism out of ignorance. If someone shows you racism out of hate, there is nothing you can do to change them. They already made their mind and they just, I don't know, do something to hurt you because they just don't like you. And that is that. And that's like the worst kind of racism ever. In Germany, what we black people experience is racism out of ignorance. And when we have this kind of racism, it's very easy, because when those people do whatever they do which hurt you or make you uncomfortable, they just don't do it out of bad heart. They just don't do it to hurt you. They don't do it to harm you. They just don't do it because they don't know any better. And sometimes it's not just the ignorance, it's just a little bit of curiosity. Okay? So I just want us to differentiate these two kinds of racism, because most people confuse the racism out of ignorance with the racism out of hatred, which is not the same. Both are not okay, but it's not the same. No. So, now let me come to telling you a little bit of my racist experiences in Germany. And before I tell you that, let me start by saying that I might have a different view of racism than many other people. And why is it so? Because for me, there are things which others might consider racist, but I don't think it is racist. For example, if someone comes and asks me if they can feel my skin, you know, or they can feel my hair, touch my hair, or I don't know what else they like to ask, I take that as a sign of curiosity, as a sign of interest. I want to get to know you better. Let me touch your skin and feel how it feels. Let me touch your hair and have a feel on how it feels. It's just curiosity. And if someone asks me that, I don't think that is racist to me. No. Another thing, if someone comes and asks me, Rose, where do you come from? I also don't consider that question as a racist question to me. Why? Because I originally come from Kenya. Okay? And if someone asks me where I come from, I'm like, yes, I come from Kenya. Where do you come from? I ask. Okay? Another thing, if someone comes and talks to me in English with the assumption that I'm a foreigner and I cannot speak German, there are people who will take that as a very racist action. I don't. I consider the person to be considerate and taking a little bit of an effort to speak a foreign language to me in the assumption that I cannot speak German. I might speak English. Who knows? Maybe I don't even speak English. Maybe I speak French or Arabic. Who knows? But he takes like that extra step to speak a language which he thinks I might understand. Okay, those are the things that I don't consider racist. Let me tell you why these things are racist though, okay? There are children who have been born here, like my daughter or many other daughters and sons of many other people, and the only country they know as their home is Germany. Some have been here for generations and generations. They actually don't even know where they originate from. And if someone comes and asks them, where do you come from? And they say Germany, I think the conversation should end there. But most Germans, the conversation does not end there. They go a step further and ask, wo kommst du dann wirklich her? It's like, you cannot be German. Where do you really come from? I mean, we both know you cannot be German. You know, it's like an excluding question. It just makes them feel, okay, I really cannot be German because these people are not taking me as a German. They don't view me as a German. I must have come from somewhere else. So yeah, this is a racist question to many people, and if you ask someone out of curiosity where they come from and they tell you they come from Germany, let it be. Accept it that they are from Germany. Just because they are black doesn't mean that they cannot be Germans. You know what I mean? And that's why this question is a racist question. And why I don't consider these three racist to me is that I worked for a very long time in a very multicultural laboratory, and in this lab we had all kinds of people with all kinds of physical features, with all kinds of behaviors, and it was almost inevitable to not ask someone, where do you come from? Because we were so multicultural, you needed to know where the other one came from. We had Asians, we had South Americans, we had Africans, we had all kinds. And just because one is Italian and the other one is Spain, and they are Europeans, you don't assume they are Germans, you know? So we would ask them, where do you come from? It was a normal question for us. That's why that is a very normal question to me. Good. And another thing, in this lab, we had many people with different features, and we had like a Chinese with such beautiful, long, thick black hair, and I was there every day touching. Wow, your hair is so beautiful. So, yeah, and if someone came and did the same thing to me, because people think my hair is so soft and so fluffy, I don't take offense, because I do the same to other people. And we also had another one who had such blonde, nice blonde hair, and I was like there every day plaiting, making styles, because I think it feels so nice. So no, I will not take offense if someone touches my hair, no, I do not take offense if someone comes and asks if they can touch my hair, if they can feel my skin, if they ask me where I come from. Okay, having that said, here comes now a little bit of a story time. So now I want to share with you 3 occasions where I experienced racism in Germany. In the first occasion, I was privileged enough during my studies time to have a student job in the clinic, in hospital. And this is where I was helping the nurses around, and in some occasions they would call the helping student to take care of some special patient. They had some patients who either they needed personal care, which is like turning them, feeding them, taking care of them. They also had some patients who were like suicidal. You have to sit next to them all day and make sure they don't do any nonsense. And also we have some patients who are psychologically disturbed, who just needed some one-to-one attention. So on this particular day, I had been called for a night shift, and I was so happy always to do my night shift, and I can have a free day. So on this day, we were supposed to take care of an elderly woman who was a little hallucinating. Yeah. And when I arrived, the guy before me who was taking care of this lady was an Arabic guy. And I remember entering the room, the ward, and the Arabic guy looked at me like, "Ach du Scheiße, viel Glück." And I was left wondering, what the hell is that? What does that mean? So I come I sit down. The lady was sleeping at that time, and I sit down like usual with my books. Maybe I was cramming some anatomy, who knows. And we and I wait, and then the lady starts to wake up. My goodness. And then she saw me and my face. I have never seen such a nervous, hating person. You're like, oh my God, Schwester, die sind hier, die sind überall. And I was like, calm down, it's okay. And the lady is like, no, you have to go back where you came from. We don't want you here. And the lady, she was so bitter. I could not believe it. So she started, so when I was giving her, for example, some water, I wanted to give her some water that she can drink, because she's been talking and her mouth was getting completely dry. And then I go to give her some water. She's like, nurse, she just opened my bag and took my portemonnaie. I just saw her put away my portemonnaie. Help, they are hard thieves. They are going to steal everything from us. Really? And then the nurse would come now and then. She's like, we have your bag. We took the bag in the safe. Your bag is not here anymore. No one can go into your bag. No, but I saw her take my wallet. I saw her take my wallet. It's like, I saw her take my wallet. Call the police, call the police. Why is she the one taking care of me? Why? I don't want her here. And it was so uncomfortable for me, because what can I do? It's not like I can change or do anything. So I just stayed calm. And then I would just, you know, someone who really cannot stand the way you look, and you have to feed her, you have to wash her, you have to give her the Schüssel for her toilet, because she could not move at all. So I had to really take good care of her, and she was not letting me, because don't touch me. It's like, if I touched her, she would turn black, or I don't know. Anyway, she hated it. And that was the first big experience with the racism, where I was like, how can someone just hate me, dislike me, loathe me, almost just because of the way I look? It's almost, why? At least because I was just nice to her. I took care of her the whole night, and she was not an easy patient to take care of. And none of that counted. The fact that I was black was the only thing she could see. Yeah, it was crazy. Anyway, I did not take that personally, because she was a sick woman. She was an hallucinating woman. Maybe she was a racist person even before she started hallucinating, but I will not buy into that. No. Otherwise, I will get a little bit cranked, which I don't want to. Okay. My second experience was in Berlin also, and I was with my daughter, and we were just walking normally. I think I had lost the way, and my daughter was taking me to the bank, because she knows everywhere in Berlin. And then there was this homeless woman who saw us crossing the street, and she started shouting at us, yes, you, I'm talking to you. You are everywhere here. I can see you everywhere. So we should go back where you came from. And I was looking at my daughter. I was like, I hope you're not hearing that. I did not talk to her, but I was just thinking, I hope you're not hearing that. But she was talking so loud. Yeah, Zita. Yeah. Then she was like using the N-word, and I was holding my daughter's hand even tighter, and we were walking faster, and she ran after her. She's like, yes. Ihr ekelt mich an. Wie könntet ja nur bloß hier kommen. Wir wollen euch hier nicht. Seht ihr das nicht? Ihr seid hier nicht gewollt. Verschwindet. Ihr würdet uns alle einen Gefallen tun, wenn ihr einfach abhauen würdet. And then she followed us and we were walking faster and faster. I'm like, we are not listening, and we were just walking and walking and walking and walking. Then at a time, and she really came after us like faster and faster. She was holding our bags. I think she was homeless because she was holding this huge bag with all kinds of trash inside. She did not look all that kept. Anyway, that's why I assumed she's a homeless person. But she really said things which made me think, okay, yeah. I think that was the first time someone used the N-word on me. And imagine I was with my daughter. Yeah, sad. Anyway, we got into the bank, entered, and then she disappeared when we came out. She was no longer there. Anyway, crazy. Okay. My third experience was actually, I used to always go to my last job by bike. I think even I also made some bike vlogs, if you remember. But the story is like, for some period of time, there was this guy also riding a bike. I must admit, on this bike path, there were so many nice people. I made so many contacts and made friends that we could ride together all the way from Bayersdorf to Erlangen. It was a beautiful bikeway. And then there was this period of time, there was this guy who was also riding the bike, and every time, I don't know, it was like almost 2 weeks, almost every day. Whenever I'm going home, he would be behind me shouting things to me. I don't know. And he was speaking in English, which was very weird, because I was like, we've never talked. I've never talked to him, and he's never talked to me. So I guess he assumed I cannot speak German, so he was talking horrible German, horrible English words, shouting them at me. Yes, I'm talking to you. What kind of, I've seen how many of you have come here. You are taking, I think he was really mad about the refugees, and he assumed I'm one of the refugees. That's why he was like, yeah, I saw so many of you coming the other day. Why do you want to take over Germany? And he was like, and you are here being supported by the government. You are eating all our taxes, and the older people are not going to get any retirement because of you. I don't know, just disappear. I hope you don't stay here forever. You are not wanted here. You are just like parasites, he said. Just receiving without doing anything for them. And sometimes when I think about it, I'm like, maybe I should have just talked to him, make him know that I've been here like for 20 years. In all those 20 years, I've been working, paying my taxes, taking care of the old people's retirement, and maybe let him understand that I might be here and he might think I'm a refugee, but we, the foreigners, we also do our part when it comes to securing Germany's economy and securing Germany's future. And I think I made this clear when I made the video about symbiosis of Germans and foreigners in Germany. Yeah, so yeah, those were my 3 racist experiences. The ones I consider myself as racist experiences. Yeah, I made this video not to show you how bad the situation in Germany is or how good the situation in Germany is. I made this video entirely, solely for the sake of sharing my experience with you. I know many black people have had worse experiences. Okay, I know many other black people have never had any racist experiences. Everyone has their story, and everyone's story needs to be taken seriously and needs to be taken into consideration. Because I've never experienced any racist, it doesn't mean that those people who have, their story is not right. That's not the case, because their story is just as valid as my story is. Okay, so as for me, I don't have like extreme racist stories to tell you. Those are my top 3 experiences where I felt those people are racist. But to be honest, I don't feel discriminated because of my skin color in whichever way. I know people have experiences, but I personally have not experienced that. I don't remember applying for an apartment which I did not get because I'm black. I don't think there is a job I applied for which I did not get because of my skin color. I know there are positions I applied for which I did not get because I'm a foreigner, because I did not have the German citizenship, but I think it's not because of my skin color. I don't think so. And there are people who have experienced this. There are people who have experienced discrimination for apartments, discrimination for jobs, discrimination even for racial profiling. There are people who have experienced that, but I haven't. And that's why I hope, I know this video might not be what you are expecting, what you are hoping for, but my experience is still valid. So yeah, this brings us to the end of today's Wednesday video. If you did not watch the German Monday video, the German Monday video on Monday, where I was giving you my 2 books, please go and watch that video and leave me a comment at that video's comments telling me which of these books you would like to have. I have the English book, which is Nyla Loves Sundays, and I have the German book, which is the Abenteuer mit Kasti und Thiel. And both books are children's books for children under 10 years. Just tell me, yeah, which book of this you would like me to send to you. One of you will win it, but the comments will be for Monday's video. On the Monday's video, that's where I will get the winner from. And the winner will be announced on next week's German Monday video. Okay? So it will take a week, and then on Monday I will tell you who wins the book. And another thing, I talked about the masks, the face mask from my friend. So if you also want those, let me know in the comments below. They go for 3 in a pack for 10 euros, which is a great price because they are like different patterns and they are really professionally made. You will love them. 3 in a package for 10 euros. Let me know if you want a package at the comments below. So thank you so much for watching so far. It was such a long video, and I hope you liked it. If you did, don't forget to give me the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and stay safe, stay positive, and stay blessed. Until next time, ciao.